Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going over my new gear that I just bought from Hammock Gear except for one item. So since you was here, stick around. Thanks for sticking around. So today we're going to talk about all of the gear that I just purchased from Hammock Gear. I do have some other gear from Hammock Gear, a 0-degree top quilt, a 40-degree top quilt, and a 30-degree underquilt. I just received my 0-degree underquilt from Hammock Gear and looking forward to using this with my 30-degree underquilt coupled with my nephew's 30-degree underquilt. I was able to get down to about 14 degrees and stay very, very comfortable with my 0-degree top quilt. So using this 0-degree underquilt by itself, I'm really looking forward to seeing how warm it keeps me during the evening. The quilt comes with a stuff sack. It's an 8.5 liter stuff sack that it fits in actually quite nicely, and it keeps protected, keeps the quilt protected, and kind of compresses it into your bag, to your backpack. It also comes with a canvas storage sack, which, as everybody should know, if you don't, you should never store your down quilts or anything down in a compressed state. You want it to stay loft, let it breathe, and just so all the down does not get scrunched up and stay that way. So it comes with a storage sack as well, which is really nice. Some other cottage vendors do not supply the storage sack, and they charge you extra for the storage sack. So I really do like the fact that Hammock Gear supplies this storage sack for you for your gear. The next item I purchased, which I've seen a lot of people using these, so I was very intrigued about them, is a protector quilt, or a protector, an underquilt protector. It's I believe a 20D, so 20 diener fabric, if you will. It seems pretty tough. Looking forward to it. I've been told and have read up on these that it will actually add another about 5 degrees to your warmth for your underquilt. The main reason I bought it was when I'm going winter camping, it's going to be wet. Anytime I would go when it's inclement weather like rain or anything like that, I want to protect my underquilt and keep it from getting wet. Again, if you get your down wet, you won't be able to stay warm. It doesn't provide that warmth whenever down gets wet. So I wanted to try this underquilt protector and see how this works. So I'm looking forward to this. You can also get a stuff sack or a sack with it. It's a 4.5 liter sack that comes with it, and as you can see, it's much too big for this stuff sack. So the way I see it is I got a 4.5 liter stuff sack because this is probably going to go on the outside of my backpack in the mesh area in case it were to get wet. If not, I'll just stuff it down inside of the Nylofoam bag where everything else will stay. So I'm looking forward to using this as well in this winter camping. Another item that I've really been looking forward to is a new tarp. I currently use a 12-foot sill poly tarp that does a great job for me. It does have doors, and it does a great job for me. The issue I have with it is when it does rain, or just recently it snowed, it does retain the water. It will reflect the water and keep you dry, but it does retain, and therefore it starts getting heavier. So what I did is saved up the money, and these are not cheap. This is a Dyema tarp with doors from Hammock Gear. I did order it with line locks on it, line lock 3s. I'm going to try a little bit of a different configuration with this tarp than what I do today with my current tarp. Today I run a ridge line from tree to tree, and then I use pressic knots and S-beaners to connect it to the ridge line. And this way you can adjust it. You just run your ridge line across, and then you can adjust it left or right to center it over your hammock. I got the line locks mainly because I'm going to go from tree to the ridge on the tarp, and then from tree to the ridge on the tarp on the other side. And I should still be able to get that same effect of centering the tarp over my hammock completely. So I'm looking forward to giving this a shot out. I did buy some reflective guy line for it. So I need to get this set up. I haven't done it yet, but once I do, I'll be sure to get some pictures and some little bit of video on it and how I'm going to configure this. I also have some shock cord that I'm going to use for keeping the doors pinned back. Like I said, really looking forward to utilizing this. This does come with some Dyema patch kit here that you can cut out for any punctures or anything that might happen to it. And it also does come with a stuff sack for this. Again, I don't know if I'm going to use this stuff sack. I mean, as you can see, the stuff sack is plenty big for the tarp itself. So my plan for this is to just fold this up, put it into my mesh in the back of the backpack as well, because it's most likely going to be wet, and I don't want to put it in with my quilts at all, for fear it might get my quilts wet as well. So the plan is to put that in the back without the stuff sack. So I got a nice Dyema stuff sack. Another item I got from Hammock Gear is a snake skin for my tarp. I have one for my sill poly tarp, and it works great. It's about 12 foot long for my 11-foot tarp, and you just hang it on the ridge line. As you're folding your tarp up, everything drops down. You start rolling it up, and then you start bringing this snake skin across the tarp, and it starts organizing it for you, and it's great for storage. It allows it to breathe. It allows it to, except for what's rolled up, you should always take your gear out when you get home, air everything out, make sure everything's dry before you put it away for storage for however long that's going to be. But this will run the length of the entire tarp rolled up, and then when you're done, you undo it from the trees, you fold it down, and you can store it in your backpack in the mesh. You can store it wherever you want to until you get back to your house, to where you're going to unroll it and let it dry out. These work great. I really love using it for my other tarp, and anybody doing tarp camping, if you have a tarp, pick one up. It'll help organize it, keep things in order and not scattered out everywhere you go. So another item that I would highly recommend. For storage in my hammock, I currently have a storage organizer in there that's vertical, and it's mesh. It doesn't hold a lot. There's times where I'm laying in my hammock and I just want to get rid of my top quilt in the summertime, or it's hot, or put somewhere to put my hat or whatever I might want to put away that won't fit in that organizer. My glasses fit great in that organizer. My earplugs fit great in there. A couple of small items fit very well, but bigger items just don't do it for me. So I picked this up. This is essentially a mesh hammock that hangs on the ridgeline. There's a hook on either end that just hooks to your ridgeline, and I'm going to put some Prostric knots on it so that it doesn't fold in on itself as it gets heavier. But it's a pretty good sized bag. My 40 degree top quilt will fit in here with absolutely no problem. As long as any other items, if I have a baseball cap, or if I have anything like that, that's going to fit in here just perfect. So I'm looking forward to using this as well, and expect a lot of use out of this. I know last year's adventures that I was on, I needed this really bad. Things just would fall down on my head, or I'd be laying on them, or just whatever. So I'm looking forward to utilizing this. The next items I picked up, I actually got this idea off of Darwin, Darwin on the Trail. And it's a Dyema stuff sack. It is roll top, and they do have fasteners to clip them closed. And I bought them big enough so that I can put my top quilts and underquilts in individual ones. This one, my 0 degree bottom quilt or underquilt, comes with an 8.5 liter stuff sack. And as you can see, it's going to fit perfect in there. The 8.5 liter stuff sack is a little bit wider, but it's quite a bit shorter than this one here. So this underquilt and my top quilt will actually fit in one of these. My underquilt will fit in one, my top quilt will fit in another one, and then stuff it down there as far as I can get it. What I like about this idea is when I stuff my quilts in there, I can compress and continue to roll down, pushing the air out, and then roll it as far as that I can get it compressed, and then fasten it, and it's locked into place. The great thing about that is I can lock the size of that quilt into this stuff sack and then put it inside of my backpack. Rather than with this stuff sack, it's just going to expand to the size of the stuff sack and it's going to stay there, and then I've got to squish everything around it. I really think I'm going to save a lot of space in my backpack by using a Dyema roll top bag that I can just compress my quilts in, lock them into place, and then that's going to give me some more room to kind of put stuff in rather than expanding out, you know, as far as it needs to. So I picked up 3 of these, actually, these 3 mediums here. I picked up 1 for a top quilt, 1 for an underquilt, and then 1 for miscellaneous items if I have clothing or whatever else I want to take with me that I don't want to get wet. But I picked up an extra one. In addition to the medium ones, I picked up a small Dyema stuff sack as well. These are just an extra layer because I already stuffed everything into a nylon bag inside of my backpack, and it's just an extra layer of waterproof protection here. But I picked up a small one here, primarily for my my ditty bag, right? So I've got my toothbrush in here. I always carry an extra cap for my water bottle just in case I lose it or it breaks or something happens to it. These weigh nothing, so I just add it into my my kit. I also have a kit of repair, if you will. It's essentially some shot cord, some zing-it, a couple of small S-beaners, all my patch kits that I'm going to use, that I would need to use for either my tarps or actually I do some tent camping as well sometimes. So there's my patch kit for my Nemo tensor in here. I have an extra O-ring for my filter system, and just a little bit of, you know, oh, you're out on trail and you're like, oh crap, I need this, and you don't have it. The other item I have in here is my first aid kit. So my inhaler is in here, some Pepto-Bismol tabs, some Advil, a little bit of Zyrtec, an extra lighter, and what have you. It's in a Ziploc bag, but again, that extra protection of the Dyema is going to help it again, just more to keep it from getting wet and keeping everything dry. So I really like that idea that Darwin had, and I don't remember which video it was, I apologize, but that was a great idea Darwin had, to use Dyema roll top stuff sacks for your gear, just as another added layer of waterproof protection. So that's everything I purchased from Hammock Gear, and I would like to thank Hammock Gear for everything that they do. They do an amazing job on their gear. They were pretty quick for this, from what I consider as quick. They had a 0-degree underquilt to make. They had a 12-foot Dyema tarp to make for me, and then a protector, underquilt protector as well to make. I ordered these on December 30th, 2021, and received them on February 8th, I believe it was, 2022. So, you know, it was a couple of months, actually about a month and a few days, which is not bad to me. I had nothing prepared, nowhere to go. We did that one trip, and I had the 2 30-degree underquilts, and it worked out perfect. So I am super excited to start utilizing this equipment from Hammock Gear. Again, Hammock Gear, thank you very much for your gear, your good quality gear, and getting this turned around to me. Really do appreciate it. I did buy one other thing from Amazon though. I currently use a Sawyer squeeze, but I've been seeing out there that people are starting to look at the Platypus, and I thought it was pretty cool. It's a Platypus quick draw. This is the filter, similar size to the Sawyer squeeze. Major differences are this has a flip top cap to keep the water in from the clean side, and on the dirty side it has a screw cap that you pull off with an O-ring to keep everything dry. So water doesn't escape, water doesn't get out. If you got to sleep with it in your pocket or what have you, it stays dry and easily contained. I'm really looking forward to trying this really soon. I bought the kit, which comes with the Platypus 1-liter bag. This bag seems a lot better than the Sawyer squeeze bags as well. Just first impressions, This feels like almost like a really thick rubber almost. And it's a 1 liter bag. Looks like it's probably going to hold up a little better than the Sawyer squeeze bags. So looking forward to utilizing this quilt or this filtering system very shortly. So again, thank you very much everybody for watching my video. I do greatly appreciate your time of watching it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I plan on doing gear reviews, plan on showing off my gear. I have some more trips that I want to plan this year. I'm hoping to get out to Mohican within the next few weeks. I do want to get back to Oil Creek and complete that loop. Probably this spring I want to do that. And then I just want to get out and do some more stuff. So I'm looking forward to showing off my new gear for 2022 and existing gear that I have and going from there. So thank you again. Please subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Please comment. I did have a comment on my loadout video. Somebody said, you know, get all the gear in frame. You know, I'm new to this, guys. I get it, and I respect that. I'm okay with those comments. Hopefully I got all my gear in the frame. And his one other comment was, rather than showing off my bourbon collection, so here's my bourbon collection. That's not all of it. I've got a whole hell of a lot more. But here's my gear. Hopefully I'm doing what you guys are asking and going from there. I do have some merch, Sinchuwus outside merch. There's some t-shirts, sweatshirts, stickers, mugs, things of that nature. I'm not doing this to get rich, guys. I got a job. I'm doing this to have fun. I really am enjoying this video and the YouTube stuff and backpacking. So thank you for watching. I also have a Instagram channel. Please take a look at that. And again, since you was outside, go have some fun. Take care.